Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. Have you ever recorded drums and when you listen back, you wish you had some more bottom to that bass drum? Okay, so what I got up here is a session, and I've highlighted or soloed the drums. They're on the far left, and you'll see the yellow solo buttons. That's what we're listening to. And let's take a listen to what the drums sound like now. Okay, so not bad. But I want to add a little more body, a little more fullness to that bass drum. How do we do it, you say? Well, let me show you. Okay, first thing we're going to do is add an auxiliary track or a bus track. And there's that. And we're going to call it kick trig. And from there, I am going to take this channel and I'm going to add a stock Avid plugin. And I'm going to use what's called their signal generator. And in a second here, we'll all hear that all too famous sound that we love. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so I'm going to bypass that for now. And after that, we're going to add a gate. And once again, I'm going to use the Avid tools. If you're on a Pro Tools system, you will have these tools. These are stock plugins. If you do not, probably the DAW you have has something similar. And from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use what's called side chaining. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take the bass drum and we're going to tell the bass drum every time it hits to open up this gate. You might not know what a gate is. A gate is basically, think of a gate, a real gate at your house. It opens and closes. When it opens, it lets you in or through the gate. When it closes, you can't get through the gate. That's what this does for sound. So it's going to open and close the sound that we have. In this case, the sound is the signal generator. That. So we are going to tell it to open and close. And we're going to tell it to open and close every time the bass drum hits. So I'm going to go to my bass drum track and I'm going to go to bus 1. You can use any bus you want. And essentially, and I'm going to put this at unity, which is 0. I'm going to tell it every time this kicks, whatever this bass drum does, it's going to mirror that sound to this gate. And on the gate, you see this thing called key. That's our key, open and close trigger. And I'm going to tell it bus 1, the same as we told it on the kick drum here. So this is the kick drum. It's a volume essentially being sent to this side chain, it's called, on a gate. So essentially, long story short, we're sending this sound to this device. One other thing I need to do is I need to tell the side chain, right here, side chain, to listen to the key, which we did here. We're keying it. We're triggering it. This is the key that opens and closes the gate. Okay, so now listen what happens. Now that might be something cool if you want some kind of funky sound or something, but let's make it sound like a bass drum. How about that 808 low sound that we like? Let's make it real deep. So what you want to do in your signal generator, you want to go to a frequency that is for a bass drum. In my case, I'm going to go to 60 hertz. So it's at 60 now. Now what I did is I started with their default setting preset, and I used the kick gate sidechain. I haven't really tailored it. So now let's hear it give a little more bottom. Okay, so now let's hear it with it off and on. So first without it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up so you can really hear it. Now let's hear it with it off. Sounds kind of boring. On. So now another thing I want to do just for fun is if you want to make that bass drum hold longer, you can make it kind of like an 808. So if you're doing a rap thing or a slower tune or who knows what you're doing, but if you want to give it a little more length, making it resonate a little longer, all you have to do is take this hold knob and turn it to a longer number, or a higher number. Let me show you. Turn it, watch what happens. So there you go. Real quick, easy, simple trick to make the bass drum a little fuller, a little more bottom to it, and even longer, making it hold longer if you like. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.